guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about today's energies and even this week's energies. We're at a really thin space in the veil. The veil separates the dimensions or our world from the spiritual world. So when the veil is thin, it's easier to connect and even to receive messages. This may look like you're just having a heightened sense of awareness or receiving messages and guidance from your dreams or in the form of synchronicity or even just being more clear in your path. And the veil is going to continue to thin as well over the next month, especially as we move towards the Samhain. We just had the 9-9 porthole, and there's a lot of spiritual energy still coming into the planet from that. We're going to be feeling the effects of the 9-9 porthole over the next several days. So we're in an increase of energies that are really good for healings, doing activation work, and even manifesting. We also moved through the 9-11 gateway, and it is its own gateway as well, but sometimes it brings up a lot of heavy emotions and a lot of heavy energy throughout the collective. So we've also been doing a lot of clearing energy over the past few days. You guys may have had a heightened sense of emotions as well, and may have even been purging or releasing a lot of heavy emotions or even thoughts too, as we're still in Virgo season and we have such an emphasis on the mental, and our mind is so connected to our energy field as well. So the more clear our energy is, the more clear that our thoughts and our mind are going to be as well. So we're being encouraged to do a little bit of energy clearing work as well right now. And we're also preparing to move towards the equinox, which is next week. Since we're in this thin space of the veil, though, it's amazing to be connecting with the spiritual. Tomorrow, or Tuesday, we have a spirit meditation going on. It's actually more of a seance where we're going to be connecting with our loved ones in the other realm. So this is an amazing time to either send messages to the other realm to your loved ones or to bring through messages from your loved ones to you. It's an amazing time to be doing spiritual work of any kind because of the energies and how they are. Basically, what is happening is our planet is being bombarded with energies, most of them coming from our great central sun, and they are flooding the planet. They are raising the frequencies, but more importantly, they're changing our DNA, and that's a lot of what we're actually seeing that is playing out throughout the collective. However, the change in the energies and the amount of energies flooding the planet is requiring us to change our vibrational and spiritual frequency, where we really need to work hard to raise our vibrational frequency, especially to even feel good or to continue through these energies. So it's so important that we're keeping our spiritual frequency or our vibrational frequency high. I know that the higher my frequency is, the better I'm going to feel moving through these energies. So if we kind of drop our frequency and aren't feeling so hot, we're not going to feel so good moving through these energies. And of course, this can take some amount of work to learn how to really master our energy moving through the new. And that's exactly what is happening. We also have a lot playing out, as there has never been such a divide between the dimensions, where it may become more and more obvious that people are going through different lessons that they may need on a soul and spiritual level. So we have a divide happening between the third dimension and the fifth dimension especially. It's so important that you guys at any given time are aligning with the new of the fifth dimension. Let go of the old. We're seeing a lot of the old play out, and you guys are probably going to be able to kind of tell with things that you're seeing whether it really aligns with the old earth or the new earth. So it's important that we're also keeping our focus and keeping our alignment with the new earth, with the fifth dimension as well too. We're also getting ready to move into the equinox. This is actually my favorite time of year. I'm always kind of extra on fire with these energies. They're amazing for doing the spiritual work that I do, but this equinox is going to be especially lit. It's coming at us the 22nd. However, right before that, we do have a full moon in Pisces. I don't want to get too into that, but some of you guys might be kind of, we'll say, in your mind a little bit more, manifesting. We'll talk about that a little bit more next week, right? But I do want to talk a little bit about the equinox because it's such a powerful space, and we're going to see such an increase in energies coming at us until the 22nd when we move through the equinox. And these energies are so powerful. They're creating a lot of change on the planet, a lot of energetic change as well. More and more people are feeling the effects of the energies. They're feeling ascension symptoms, and a lot of people are waking up too. So for that 9/11 gateway that we just moved through, it really is a porthole for light workers. It is meant to activate the light workers on some type of level as well too. And so a lot of people are going through a spiritual awakening and are kind of figuring out as they wake up that they have a bigger purpose here, and maybe even a role to play as a light worker. And everyone will that moves into the fifth dimension have some sort of mission and tap into their greater light worker purpose. Sometimes as a light worker, you guys are just being asked to hold the space for those around you. You may have friends and family that are coming to you having a hard time, and sometimes just being a better friend, being an anchor, being there for people is going to mean so much to you in how you're interacting with the people around you. And so you guys are so important in all this. It's important that you're being more kind and that you're holding space for those around you, and even, finding your light as a light worker in ways that you can help. And sometimes you guys are helping more than you know by just being a better friend or just being more kind in the matrix. So, we're very much going through a lot of activations as well. And so this is an amazing time to be doing the activation work. The energies will not do it for us. It's important we're putting in the healing work so that we can keep up with the process. And so the best thing that we can be doing is doing healing work. I always recommend, if you guys are looking for something on my site, checking out the DNA activation work that I do, or going with anything that you're guided to. So over the next week, it's such a powerful space for working with the energies. And, for the last few years, I've done a lot of work with the ley lines and with these energies and doing activation work. And it's always such an amazing time to be tapping into these cosmic energies. So it's an amazing time to be doing that healing work. It's also a powerful time for manifesting. And so that can be a little bit hard when we are clearing a lot of energies as well. We're going through a certain level of rebirth over the next 2 weeks too, where hopefully you guys are feeling that you're kind of shedding old versions of you and ready to step into the new. I know that a lot of you guys like me are probably even dying to live a little bit differently and are getting kind of sick of the old constraints that have been in place for a really long time. And some of you guys are, very eager to begin to really create the newer. So that's why it's so important that we are kind of honoring where we are now and staying focused on the new as well too. And so some of you guys might even be having old things surfacing, because I talked about the clearing, especially with Mercury retrograde. Some of you guys are kind of dying to go back on your path or look back, and it's important to remember that the past no longer exists. It no longer is there. The options that you had in the past, they're gone. Right? We continue to move through our path. There's always infinite options ahead of us, but we can't go backwards on our path. So if some of you guys are reminiscing, feeling nostalgic, wanting to call back past people into your life, it's never a good idea. It's so important that we're continuing to clear space for the future as well. So some of this is the clearing work coming up too, where if you guys are having things come up, maybe you guys have things to kind of resolve within it, or things to clear on a deeper level too. So lots of energy coming in. We're especially feeling the energies from our great central sun. Lots of galactic energies coming in too, and these are amazing, like I said, for tapping into them and doing healing work. This is also a really good time to be tapping into the other side. Like I said, kind of lots of medium spirit vibes on the planet right now. Like I said, the veil is kind of thin right now, so it's an amazing time to be connecting with loved ones. So September's kind of its own porthole between here and the afterlife as well. It's its own kind of gateway. We see that within the autumn and within the equinox, souls tend to be going and leaving the planet, and then sometimes within the spring we're seeing more coming. And so, we have a lot of transition happening across the planet as well, where sometimes, like I said, this month is kind of a gateway where there are souls crossing over, and I feel it has a lot to do with the cosmic energies and things like that. So we have lots of kind of medium vibes going on this week as well, lots of healing vibes going on. Some of you guys just kind of need to pay attention to your body and what you're being guided to do next, because you guys should be getting some more clarity on what's going on. I'm going to let you go on that note. I'm just sending a ton of love and light. I am here if you guys need me this week. And it is also Magic Monday, or Manifesting Monday, right? It's a new week, new energies. So time to kind of, let's say, find your shine right now. And it's a really good time for manifesting or working magic on Mondays.